Welcome back.
Live, Mike, live.
I bet. Welcome back to another episode. It's really not a fair game. Episode 5. We're streaming live on YouTube, Twitter. If you guys want to interact and engage with us, we got some really fire content coming to you guys this week. Remember, if you guys like what y'all hear on the content wise, if you rocking with us, man, all we ask if you like, subscribe to the Patreon. I mean, not to Patreon, YouTube. And also you guys can be active in the comments and share the video if you like, man. And again, thanks for y'all for rocking with us. Mac, how you feeling today?
Oh man, it's your boy Meg Bricks. I'm back in the building, man. Everything cool, everything copacetic, man. It's been an okay week, chill weekend. I think a lot of stuff been going on in the news today. I think this past weekend been slow, but it's been ramped up this weekend. So let's get into the topics.
Yeah. It's been a lot of topics, man. And like I said, we hope all y'all doing well out there as well. First thing we see on the timeline, and also just in the entertainment news this week, we got our boy Ray J.
Oh
Ray J looked
man,
like Ray J looked like that brother might be going through a midlife crisis.
why you say
So
that?
hey man, Max. So from what I'm hearing, and we got the video for y'all here shortly, but from what I'm hearing he was on the flight with Sexy Red. Shout out Big Sexy, shout out St. Louis finest. And apparently they was in the, sitting together. Maybe I'm assuming maybe Ray J head decided to lay on, Sexy's, or Sexy head decided to lay on Ray J's shoulder. And I guess Ray J thought that was a body. He said he
I
smashed.
mean, so I gotta find the context of why Ray J even put these two and two together, because like apparently, Ray J hopped on another clip and was like, "Oh yeah, I lied because him and Sexy Red was on the plane together. And they was just laying together. She got a cover, got a pillow. He got a cover, got a pillow, and he made it sound good. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they flying first class. And you see them first class seats, they got like beds and stuff in them. So if they was on that real first class, like how it was, what was it, Antonio Brown? Not Antonio Brown. It was somebody else that got caught up like that in the bed on the plane and stuff like that. So that's how I was thinking. He assumed they was like in the plane beds, laid up together.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm thinking, I don't know what Ray J was thinking. Because I was trying to figure out maybe from his mindset, what does he consider as a body? But then I'd be thinking, Ray J, he had a whole sex tape with Kim K. It was one of my favorites growing up, even though it was kind of mid, but just the nostalgia behind it. I thought it was one of my faves. But so I was trying to think. I said, what was Ray J thinking to where he thought he had sex with Sexy Red? And I think he might have been a Cloud Demon. Shout out to all the Cloud Demons out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. He Cloud Demon on this one because like it's nothing even happened. Like he just laid with somebody, and he said he was trolling at the highest. That is trolling at the highest degree. It's like, hey man, you over here like claiming a body that you didn't even like do nothing with. You just laid up with the body. If that's the case, a lot of us got a whole lot of bodies that we carrying around. If that's a body.
That's a fact, Mac. So let me ask you something real though. Let's take it off Ray J for 1 second. Have you ever lied on your meat with something that you didn't hit?
They have a lot of my me or something I didn't hit. Nah, I ain't do that. Nah.
Okay.
Nah, I was trying to think about like I was a child and stuff in school. Nah, I never did it at all. You there, Mike? Did
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't
hear
know.
me?
Hold on. Yeah, my laptop just did some weird shit where it just like went black for some reason. So
Oh,
I don't think I ever lied on my meat either. I want to contact somebody just to verify.
I
But
don't know. I live in a community where like everybody pretty much knew each other. So you lied about anybody, that's gonna go verify it. So I don't think
yeah,
that was gonna be a good route.
no. So I ain't gonna lie. Back in my heyday, I'm a wholesome young man now, but I was getting active in the streets. As far as laying up with women type shit like that. Well, type stuff like
Right.
that. I'm bad about the cussing. And I was wanting to verify. It was one young lady who she came to my crib. And I'm actually going through our messages on Snapchat right now. I remember like 4 years ago, I asked her, I was like, yo, like, I'm pretty sure I hit you. Like we did our thing back in the day. She was like, nah, my boy, you got the game messed up. She said you didn't get the box that day. I just let you eat the box. So I was like, are you sure? And I kept thinking back in my head. She was like, yeah. She was like, I got the video. So then she sent me the video.
Oh
I
no.
said, you sure we ain't doing it after that? And she was like, nah, gang. She's like, oh, I was gonna let you do it, but she was like, she was like, when he so just to say, she was like, and this is when I was a slime ball. But the girl who is my ex fiance, she came and walked in on us. So she was like, "That's why I ain't give you no box." So I was thinking to myself, I was like, "You sure I ain't hit?" And she's like, "Yeah, Mike, I swear up and down." She's like, "I wasn't gonna let you hit, but like your girl walked in or whatever." So I think that's the only time. And I ain't gonna lie, because some of my homies was like, "Yeah, she looked good," type shit. And I was like, "Yeah, I hit that." And in my head, I was thinking like, "Yo, we cracked," but she said, "Yeah, I just ate the box." It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah,
I want to get her on this so she can confirm. She
yeah.
might
We
be
need to
asleep.
like cross check, verify on like when she classified getting the box or not. Oh man,
Yeah. But I think that
my bad, guys. I forgot.
what
I
happened?
forgot the chat. I forgot.
Hold
They've been
on.
in the chat.
Chat. Hey, I just want to let y'all know, yo, chat. Teresa. Hold on, I'm calling her right now, man. Let's see if she pick up.
Let's see. And while you call up Teresa, let's take a quick look at Ray J and how it looked. So let's give us 1 second.
So first and foremost, I want to apologize to Sexy Red because Sexy Red is one of my favorite artists, and Sexy Red and I was on a plane, and we were both flying somewhere. We randomly saw each other. She was sitting by me. She had her space. I had my space. She had her own blanket, her own pillow. I had my own blanket and my own pillow. And we had a long flight. And we both were tired, you know what I'm saying? So we went to sleep. Just like we would sleep with
Turn
any
it up a little bit
videos.
if you
I
can.
was sitting
Nah,
next
that's
to
the
Sexy
highest it
Red.
go.
I went out of
Oh,
control
okay, bet. Yeah, I can hear it though. I
and
can hear it.
I said that I slept with Sexy Red. And that's insensitive and it's not okay. And it's trolling at the highest level. And I want to say, Sexy Red, my bad. So first and foremost, I want to apologize to Sexy Red because Sexy Red
Let's
is
go to
one
the
of my
next one.
favorite artists.
That was the first clip.
What, nigga? I slept with Sexy Red, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. You can clip that all you want to, nigga. Empty the clip, nigga. Talking about I party with Sexy Red, nigga. I slept with Sexy Red, nigga. Ask her. That's on the dead homies, nigga. I slept with her, nigga. Yeah, my name got mentioned in the Diddy trial. What, you thought it wasn't? Nigga?
Wow. He also confirmed that, man, Ray J's been on a rampage, this year, man. He also had the face tattoo that I think he took off. But just so Ray J did confirm that, like, yeah, bro was he basically said he was in Sexy Red Cheeks, but then he walked it back for some reason. I was kind of confused. And he did shout out to my boy Av. He said he did put it on the dead homies multiple times. So what you think about that, Matt?
I don't mean just the switch in confidence he had to like, hey, I slept with Chris. Hey, he was trolling. Hey, Cuz was trolling. Cuz had to trolling, man. Shit crazy.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. Ray J, because that's the thing I noticed too. The confidence he didn't have when he was like, "Yeah, I slept with sex." He said it with so much vitriol, like at the vitriol at the same time, and I was like, "Yo, like I kind of believed it the way he was talking." So to for him to lie on his meat like that in 4K pause is just crazy. But I mean, I wanna shoot Ray J some bill. Maybe Ray J is one of those guys like myself. He didn't had a lot of experience in that department, and he kind of just maybe he had sex with another woman who looks like Sexy Red, and I gotta shoot him some bill. Do you think that's a possibility, Mac? At least.
I mean, he do be on the stuff. That's a possibility. He could have just been off the bing and like, hey man, she look like Sexy Red, but Sexy Red kind of like she got an iconic face. You can't miss that. Like you could pass by Sexy Red and be like, nah, that's Sexy Red. Like no mistaking. And all the tattoos and stuff, like nah, man.
And shout out to my boy Chill. Follow him on his own Discord playback. He just said he gave a great. He got a valid point. He technically used the word slept. So is that on us as a culture to realize that hey, slept doesn't mean always having sex with someone? I mean, I could have just slept, laid next to them on an airplane.
No. I mean, that's the correct term, right? You sleep with somebody. I mean, if you slept with somebody, you just slept with somebody. That don't mean like sexual intercourse happened. It didn't happen, you know. You just slept with them. Y'all went to sleep. Y'all woke back up. It was a different day. You know what I'm saying? But how we use the word slept in slang terms, like fucking went on. You know what I'm saying? Sexual intercourse happened. So hey, I just depend on who you talking to and how they take it.
No, that's a fact. I do gotta agree with that. That is a fact. Okay. So we might. It's a couple of more thoughts I have on Ray J, but I'm gonna be nice.
I mean, Ray J, you know, he was a high value player back in the day. I think he lost some of that. Well, he's like a 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10.
Hey man, Ray J was on pinning them through there, y'all. I don't know if y'all know. Ray J is he's a elite sniper. You know, his hit list is crazy. I mean, he got some shit on there, you know, as far as what he done pulled. Ray J, for where he's at, he's shooting above his average. And I gotta respect that from sniper to sniper,
And he made a song
it's hard for us, man.
You gotta believe the man that makes the song by I Hit It First. He hit a lot of things first.
I think so. It's funny you say that, Mac. I think why he said he hit Sexy Red, he probably in his head was thinking that he hit it first.
I believe so.
Yeah. Speaking of hitting it first, unfortunately, we have Angel Reese in the news, and it's not basketball related.
Oh man, not Angel Reese.
Angel Reese is a great basketball player. She also feels like the internet sexualizes her as well. And who was she with, dancing with, twerking a little bit?
Was it Big Lotto? The biggest?
Big Lotto.
Or was it Sexy
Red? Biggest.
I think it was Sexy.
No, I think it was.
Nah.
Was it?
It was Sexy.
Was it Sexy?
Let's verify this, gang. Let's verify this real quick.
Yes.
Come on, guys. I need y'all.
Where's the video?
Help me verify this audio. Yeah, that looks like that looks like that young lady.
Okay, yeah, that's sexy. That I can confirm that is Sexy Red with the orange hair. Looks like she got some little cakes back there. I mean, I'm a cake connoisseur, so I can confirm that both young ladies look like they're double caked up. What I would say is,
and it's not a Tuesday. They double cheeked up. It's not a Tuesday. It don't look like there's a Tuesday in there.
Absolutely, Angel looks great in that black. And shout out to her podcast as well. Really good podcast if you guys want to check it out. But so the backlash she's facing here is, Angel, as some people have created AI photos of her, and like stuff as well as creating AI stuff about her. She's saying she's being sexualized. But to counter that point here, it looks like she's also one can make the argument that she's sexualizing herself, hanging out with someone like Sexy Red and also twerking, it looks like, or halfway twerking.
But we gotta get some mail. This is for sure for the podcast, because her little Cash App card in the background. So this for sure for her podcast. So she might not be all the way associating herself, but she's in that. I mean, we gotta she's being mentored by Shaq. This gotta be like in the playbook right here. Like you gotta hang out with the people that's gonna give you the visibility. And Sexy Red gives everybody some nice visibility for sure.
I gotta call a fair game though, because Shaq also told her that he believes the WNBA should be playing in basically lingerie.
I mean, lingerie basketball thing. He might be on to something.
So I'm not going to confirm or deny, but I think I went to an event. I don't recall. I went to basketball and butt cheeks, or it was like buns and basketball. Shout out Jay LePage, really good content creator out in these streets. And I mean, yeah, you can play basketball with lingerie, I think, but I think the issue with Angel here is that, like I said, I think she's a really good basketball player, but it's like, why are you complaining people are sexualizing you, but then you go out and you do this? And you're saying Mac is for promo.
Oh yeah, it's for promo. Okay, so come on, it's like female rappers. She doesn't like she don't like the over attention of like random men on her body and stuff. That she's an athlete. She want to be perceived as like a positive, respected person. You want to get them brand deals. You want to be able to go do McDonald's and all the kids stuff. So she don't want to be too sexualized. But the problem is that you hanging out with the content creators that's doing the sexy stuff, they're doing the freaky stuff. So now you in that category anyway. So you trying to use them and keep yourself at the weight, and that's the problem, that you can't use both. You can't use both lanes. You got to pick a lane, shorty, and she not picking. I mean, she kind of is picking. She with the niggas. I'm sorry, she with the niggas now.
So so hold on, we got to get you on record because we got to call a fair game. Shout out to Fair Game LLC. But so you saying, right now you think she picking the side as what side she wants to be in. You don't know if she really want to hoop all the time. You think she just trying to focus on the content, but not the basketball content that's on the
court.
No,
I believe deep down in her heart she wants to be a great hooper. She's 10 out of 10, I believe. So that's what I believe. I heard different right now in the street. They say her game kind of falling. But if that is the case, and this podcast is the plan B, plan C, or whatever, then hey, yeah, she got to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she don't want to be in the league. She worked this hard to be in the league. We can't just kick her out that easy. We need her.
No, we definitely need her because she's definitely also helping with the growing the game and stuff like that. But no, I just want to say this, like, because if it was my daughter, I always try to look at things like, if it was my kid, what would I be advising her? I think she kind of focusing on, like I said, I think it's important to have a life outside of that job, that job for her would be basketball. But I also think, it's a lot of, people that's kind of preying on her downfall because, they hate to see a black woman young, turned, and making money. I think maybe if she can, like, be a little bit more focused on maybe not pin those type of videos out into the world, that might help. That being said, I still don't want her to lose her own originality and identity, but, let's not play into the narratives.
Yeah, I don't think she's losing herself. I think we're seeing truly who she is and who she want to be. I don't really see too much of a switch with her. I think like whoever advising her, I think the plan always been is like be authentic, be who she want to be, be who she want to be, but at the same time, she just don't want to be over sexualized as I guess, and she don't want to be in that category with the porn stars and the OF people. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna happen anyway. She's an attractive, good looking woman. She's an athlete. I can't stop this.
No, I agree with you on that. You can't. I mean, like I said, I do think it's gonna be hard for her to, because she is attractive. But speaking of attractive, man, another thing.
Like, look at this right now.
Let's look at it one more time.
Like, look at this. Who you gonna take home? Sexy Red? Would you take Sexy Red or Angel Reese home? Like, what's up? What's going on here?
I'm taking Sexy Red home just because I got a ghetto king. I like the ghetto broad.
Oh no,
because they make me feel like
you can't be on record.
I'm not. No, I ain't gonna. I got a ghetto king. I like a little ghetto hood chick because I know I'm not part of that life. So when I can deal with a shorty who part of that, it makes me feel good. We all got our kinks. Are we kink shaming?
No, we not kink shaming. No, not at all. This the ghetto king was kind of crazy. I was like, oh, okay, that's what y'all call it,
man. Shout out to the hood rat. Shout out to the ghetto kinks. If y'all need me, y'all can follow me on IG. I know some of y'all bills might be late. It's the 15th coming up. Hit me. We can see what we can do. Maybe we can grab some dinner, figure something out. But another beautiful woman, a beautiful woman that we've seen on the timeline, beautiful black queen, beautiful right here. I seen her, I said, damn, her skin is glowing. It looks like the guy she went out on a date with, 34-year-old man Maxwell Anderson, was found guilty on all charges for killing and strategy basically getting rid of the body parts of the 19-year-old college student he was dating or went on the first date with, and her name was Say Robinson. If this is a beautiful black queen right here, first of all, let's just acknowledge God. And again, I know she's young, and I have so many questions with this case. She's very young. She has amazing looking skin. Like her skin is amazing. Why is she dating a white man? That's my first question. Why is she also dating a man that's white? Looks a little bit weird. Respectfully, ain't nothing wrong with the weird if that's her kink. But he's 15. He's 15 years older than her. So what's your initial thoughts on all this, Matt?
My initial thoughts is this reminds me. I think we had some cases a while ago of like I might have to do some more research on this. I don't know how true it is, but it's like it was black women going on dates with Caucasian men, and they end up being killed and hung and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if it was out here in Texas, I believe, or was it outside of Texas, but it was a thing going on for a little while, and it was kind of disturbing to me because it was like I mean, everybody should date. Everybody should date you should date who you want to date, right? Love is love, what thing. But I think it's a shame where you go on a date with somebody and you truly trying to find that love thing and connect with someone, and they have ulterior motives of they just a murderer, they have murder intentions, and I'm not gonna say. You just not knowing the dangers of not knowing. So I just feel for black women out there, or just women in general too. Just not just black women too that's out here dating. You don't know like the person true attentions behind on what's going on. I mean not what's going on, but what they're trying to do to you.
No, I think what you said is definitely interesting. And yeah, I agree with you because So just to give you a little bit more backstory, this happened in Milwaukee, y'all. Crazy things happened in Milwaukee. Yeah, and you want to know what's funny? The other guy who used to go crazy, and I mean, he target men. He killed, I think he killed a couple of women. Was Jeffrey Dahmer. So this story, when I was reading into it, it says on June 6th, Maxwell Anderson was found guilty of 4 charges of death to a 19-year-old Say Robinson. It looks like he had her watch a Netflix series on a first date. So first of all, it sounds like they first date. She probably came to the crib type, come chill, Netflix and chill. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I love a good Netflix and chill. Not sure if I would do it on the first date, but I'm not mad at it. So apparently Maxwell played a Netflix series. I think it was called, first of all, I'll give you a little bit more background about Maxwell. He's 34 now, but when the time of this death happened, he was 33 and a social worker. What he turned on as far as when they was watching Netflix was a series called Love, Death, and Robots. First of all, that should have gave her first red flag. Like, yeah, why is he watching this? I ain't never seen that. I'm gonna have to check that one out. Maybe the episode, kind of initiated him into killing the girl or something. I'm not sure what's going on, or whatnot. But so that's kind of the backstory of what happened. I'm not sure if this is good promo for Netflix or that show, but my question is, like I said, this is a beautiful young lady. Why is she hanging up with him? This sounds like this guy was a social worker. He's clearly, I don't know how he bagged her, but I don't get why she went out with him. And I also don't understand why on the first date as a woman, she will, that people are in the comments saying they love that series. I'm gonna check it out.
I never heard of that series either. It sounds like it's corny.
Yeah, I'm about to check it out though. But I guess I'm trying to figure out what made her date this guy, and I also want to know if they found each other on a dating app or whatever or something like that. I'm trying to look into it. My initial thoughts on it though is I think especially with our black women, we got to protect our queens. I think we got to be a little bit more protective. Where her friends not have her location. Did she do a bad job of vetting this guy? Because this is a beautiful soul. Well, definitely beautiful on the outside. I don't know her inside, but and we lost her because of this crazy, ignorant piece of shit guy that I hope he spends the rest of his life in prison. Maybe they even give him the needle. So, yeah, man, I do want to say, as I know we have some women that support. I think I'm just gonna say, I think we got to do a better job of vetting people that we go out on dates with. I think that's very important, especially if it's like the first, second date. I wouldn't necessarily recommend y'all going to each other crib, not on the first one though.
Yeah, not on first date. First date, we ain't going to no crib. I don't even want you to know where I live it like that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
like first date, like nah, that's just a no. Nah, forget that. No. Do some more vetting. Get to date 3 for y'all decide to do that.
Yeah, hold on. I also got a text. We might be confirming it about that story I was telling you.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
man.
good.
I think the most important thing that happened here is kind of like, they clearly, I don't think she vetted this young man enough, and then obviously the age difference is concerning. Hope the dude is just rots in prison. But very beautiful young lady. My condolences to her family, her friends, parents. I can only imagine what that feels to bury a child just because a crazy guy online that she probably was with on a date.
Yeah. I don't care how lame she was. She should not went to his crib to go see Love Robot, whatever y'all want to call it. It's a good series, but it ain't that good for me to be at your house the first date.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I do want to correlate some of what I've seen online. So this did happen. And we've been talking about the DDG situation, right? And again, how because I think it's a little bit too easy for like restraining orders and order of protection stuff to be happening these days. But then when I see cases like this, I completely understand it. But what I don't understand and what I was a bit disappointed about, because this happened, this guy was convicted June 5th. That was on last Thursday. Shout out to all the Geminis out there. It doesn't seem like I didn't see a lot of outrage about this, and I was a little bit disappointed because all this kind of ties into the DDG situation with what was going on with him and Halle. So I do want to say, ladies, again, if you, because I think that DDG Halle situation is definitely very a sensitive topic. But if we're gonna call a fair game, which is what we're here to do, hey, I think we got to have some outrage about this as well. And I do think those order protections, those things like that are very important to have because of cases like this, So what do you think about that, man?
Well, I think about it is we gotta have the protections. Like I'm trying to correlate. I mean, I really can't compare this to the DDG and Halle situation. I think they kind of just separate. But I mean, if you're talking about just protections over like both parties, period, you just gotta just watch out and just try to keep it a being. Like I don't know. Like if you got a crazy woman that you dating, she's not off the rocker, hey, record everything, write it down, and leave immediately. Like it ain't.
Matt, hold on, Matt, because we here to call a fair game. We want everybody to be safe. We want everybody to find love. But how do we know when a woman's crazy? Like, give me your top 3 signs of you can realize, like, hey, this woman might not be a stable woman, or might be off her rockers to where we probably shouldn't be seeing each other.
And I think it's the care factor. I think how the treatment. I think it's how you treat. You say treat you how you want to be treated. How do the person treat you? And at the same time, I can understand the factor of like somebody masking and hiding they true attention. So, because like this, I feel like men and women put up with a lot of BS when you're in a relationship, or you try to put up with a lot of BS. So I feel like it has to be like extremes there. Like if y'all getting handsy, you gotta go. If the treatment is not the treatment you want, you gotta go. I mean, I think you just got. I mean, it's about what's feel good and what feels right. If you got to question the person, you're entertaining or whatever, you might just want to leave that. It might not be helping your soul out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely understand where you coming from. I think sometimes, and I know everybody they look at affection differently, and some women and men can get attached too soon. But when a woman first couple of dates and they saying, yo, when they say, oh, I really like love you type shit, second date, that's a red flag. Or if we just been talking, or if they be like, oh yeah, I think you my partner, like how you know that? You just met me. you know, I also think some of the other common things I see is like when they just try to move too fast, or when they get upset, like, you know, say if you busy or whatnot, and you know they blow your phone up 20 times or whatever, and you just told them like, yo, I got something going on. That's probably a red flag to get up out of there. And then some of the minor details that I see that, you know, with women and men, that, you know, um, if they don't really know how to just like, if they're one of those people, y'all have a little bit disagreement, and they first thing is to get upset, and emotional, that might not be, you know, the type of person that you want to deal with, because emotionally they might not be mature enough for you.
Right. Oh, so you want them to show emotion, or you want them not to show emotion?
I think it's a balance, and I think it's a common ground that probably got to be there for sure, you know, and that's for men and women. Like, I think,
Yeah, because I feel like on the men's side, it's kind of like, at least I know in my case, it seemed like if you show kind of, at least the men I know, they don't show emotion in front of their family or their significant other, because I guess it'll bring weakness into the household.
Yeah, I mean, what you describe is probably more of me. I don't, you know, I probably lack a little bit of emotion. But I mean, over time, if I like somebody, I'll show them that. But yeah, I just think it's just like, I think it's more of a balance in that. Like, you can't be too emotional too soon. And you also, when somebody disagree with you, you know, you got to be able to answer, and, you know, obviously be able to have conversation, dialogue, without being so emotionally, especially if the emotion leads to, you know, anger, upset, or, you know, stuff like that, to where you can't control your emotions no more. Then I think that's where it's a little bit of a danger zone.
No, yeah, no, for sure. They emotions get off the rocker and they just it's getting handsy. Y'all, nah, you gotta go. Or they just not even handsy. I know people like used to like put holes in the wall. They putting holes in the wall. You about to be the hole next. So you better get up out of there.
No, I definitely agree with that as well. That was a funny comment, Kev. To kind of, you know, first of all, I just want to say we appreciate that everybody showing up, man. Definitely don't want y'all to feel like, you know, we're not grateful for that. And again,
It might we gotta be like spaces, Mike. We gotta be like, man, shout out to Pixie, Kev.
Oh yeah, Pixie, Kev, talking Tiff, lady, P Money, everybody that's in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody that showed up. My guy, Chill. Also, if y'all don't mind, if y'all rocking with the content, you know, also share the video out to someone, you know, sub to the YouTube, give us feedback. You know, Rome wasn't built overnight. Speaking of Rome wasn't built overnight, did you see what happened at Fulton County? The prison in Georgia, well, Atlanta, outside of Atlanta. What was going on there? Also, we got another update. We got, hold on, since into prison talk. You know, I do like prison talk. Pause. My boy Derek, he's still out there. You know, I got money on him that he will, you know, he won't get caught. This is the guy in New Orleans who escaped the prison.
He on the run.
Yeah, the other guy, he out there giving up on IG, giving up, talking about yo, Larry Hoover, Jay Prince. This is, you know, this ain't right, all types of stuff. My boy Derek really in the trenches with it, man. Derek ain't gonna get caught. But let's get to this video, man, because I thought this was pretty fascinating. They getting active in the prison, man. They living better than some people on the outside.
Man, let me fix this video real quick. Let me fix it right up. My bad, guys. Technical difficulties.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Next one, hold this.
The Fulton County Sheriff's Office says don't be alarmed by the big booms as deputies and detention officers raided a single zone or cell block inside the Fulton County Jail. It was to momentarily distract the zone's residents.
It's basically a blank round for the shotgun. It's used for distraction and gain surprise, shock and awe.
But we're told the shakedown was a rapid response to something discovered outside the jail. That alarmed the Sheriff's Office.
First hole, right here, to enter the property.
You found that this morning?
Yes, sir.
How'd you come across?
Just doing regular security rounds. I got on the shift and came back here and discovered this.
What'd you find next?
The next one hole is on the inner perimeter. You see they got in?
And then there's a third hole on another layer of fence.
Yes, sir. Third layer of fence, and that's to get right next to the building.
So you found all three of these holes on 3 layers of fence this morning?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back inside. Chief Jailer Jared Gorlin says in a cell already closed because someone had burned a hole in the window, makeshift fishing line.
They dropped it out that hole in the window?
Yes, sir. And caught them a big old bass and brought it up.
Meaning contraband, brought into those 3 holes Sergeant Hall showed us.
Correct.
Gorlin says inmates commonly use wires and lighting fixtures and pieces of metal ripped from the jail interior to melt holes in cell windows.
More than likely from last night's load, these are cigarettes that they pack in socks. Copious amounts of what appears to be marijuana, cell phone, more homemade shanks, and what they use to burn the windows out.
When you guys came in here, you got blasted by weed smoke.
Yes, sir.
Now you know.
Now we why. Now we know why.
And on another table?
Another table, same thing. More weed, shanks, cigarettes, pills, socks.
But the sheriff's office says the main jail on Rice Street isn't the only facility affected. That Wednesday morning, a deputy assisted by Union City Police arrested 3 people laying down by a hole in the fence at the jail's south annex with bolt cutters nearby, as well as a bag containing cigarettes, marijuana, cell phones, candy, vapes, phone chargers, cheeseburgers, and more. And judging by the bond she issued, Magistrate Judge Cheryl Treadway was taking the South Annex case seriously. Now, photographer Jesse Pope.
Now is it right, Mike?
Yeah, that's it. What? So first of all, multiple things here. Free all them niggas in prison. Because first of all, these guys are creative enough. I got a rule here, right? My rule is if you're able to sneak out of prison, sneak stuff into prison, we probably shouldn't have you in prison. We probably should be paying you in the military, armed forces, to where you can come out and help our country. But if you're able to escape prison, get a hella contraband in prison, that means you're resourceful enough to be able to help our country out. So instead of keeping these guys in prison, them boys is eating better than some people I know in the streets right now. Cheeseburgers, they
had cigarettes,
bro. They had weed. They in there smoking good loud, and they don't look like Reggie.
That shit probably corner store weed.
I mean, it did look like some mid. I ain't gonna lie, but like it's the principle that they was able to get that in there. So like I think as a country, because it costs a lot to keep these guys locked up. Instead of doing that, let's have them we can have some like black forces, special forces type to like, we gonna teach them how to be in the military. They can get a little paycheck, but also we can take years off their sentence and stuff like that instead of keeping them in prison, because these guys are super resourceful. I mean, y'all seen it in New Orleans, bro. They got up out of there quick. Like I said, my boy Derek, who I got good money on that he won't get caught. Like, bro, we need to we need to use these people because they got a different type of brain and make them resourceful instead of just keeping them locked up like a gorilla. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you. Nah, I mean, in the case of New Orleans, Derek is on the run, and he been doing a good job because a lot of them already got caught. I heard one guy caught sleeping on the bench. I guess he gave up and slept on. He just took a little nap, and they said, "Come on, we picking you up." But Derek been on the run, and he's still been running. So I heard they got Derek whole family in jail too because they think Derek family been helping him escape the police still. I said Derek family probably ain't got that much money to help him escape nothing, but Derek is running. Whoever he know, he is running.
Yeah, Derek. Hey, Derek. I ain't gonna lie to you. My boy Derek probably in Mexico somewhere living life gang. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to the prisoners that they be in there, because I ain't gonna lie, I ain't no real criminal or nothing, but I did an hour in jail. And I ain't gonna lie, like that hour felt like 2 days, and I wanted to kill myself. And I was in there for stealing my brother's car, because he didn't want to teach me how to drive. So like I had to teach myself to drive, but then I ended up running into a mailbox because I didn't know how to drive, and they locked me up. This was like when I was 15.
Oh man, not the mailbox.
Hour, and then when I was in that little holding cell, I was counting the walls. I was like, bro, I ain't never coming back here. So yeah, them boys, if they're able to be that resourceful in prison, jail, we probably need to free them and make better way for them, because half of the reason why the government love to keep us in jail is because it's a big business in private jails. They ain't fooling nobody. So
not for sure. They sneaking in contraband with a fishing line. They caught a big old bass, and they bring all type of drugs and stuff inside the prison. They having parties. I wonder how the birthday parties was going out in there. Probably was killing it.
Man, all types of they lit. I'm surprised they ain't have like, because I know they had phones. They probably in that motherfucker, doing a big one to.
Oh yeah, no, they had phones for sure. They just didn't talk about that. They just didn't
Hey.
want to say the phones.
Hey man, they probably seeing Janice Hart going crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Probably passing that phone to cell block to cell block. But shout out to Janice and all the OF creators, and however y'all get y'all bread, man. Support the creators. Speaking of creators, that young lady who be hooping and like the LA Fitness is, is it LA Fitness? She be going around killing everybody. Well, kill is a terrible word to say. She be going around there dominating all the men. She got a little fatty on her, apparently she's trying to make a comeback or do a little bit of rebrand and show her sexy off. Somebody was in the comments was saying, hey, when the OnlyFans dropping? And she be out, she's a creator to where she plays basketball and she goes around LA Fitnesses basically destroying men.
Oh, ain't that the one that got like a how young is it? Ain't that the one that got a kid? Like she's like, that's my son.
Yeah, I think she do got a kid, but she apparently
okay.
She trying to do a rebrand. She said, "Yo, hey, she want to show she can be a baddie too."
I don't know about that, man. I feel like you good at one thing. Everybody don't need to step in the OF lane. The OF lane is a slippery slope. I don't think everybody need to be doing that.
Hold on, you got it? Did you get it so I can so everybody can see?
No, let me go see.
She'll be a good model. I think she'll be a good model.
Okay, hold up. I got you.
Yeah, the latest photo she posted. She like a wholesome, nice, beautiful woman.
Okay, I thought you talking about like sexy, like on some other stuff. This looks wholesome. This looks very wholesome.
Yeah, but she had. So
let's show off to the world.
Yeah, she also got one where she Miss Incredible, and they in the comments talking about and like I said, she be hooping, she be demolishing. She ain't beating me, and if she ever want to link and play one-on-ones, we can do that. I'll play for her heart, but
like loving basketball, you gonna play for her? Like
yeah,
what?
play for her heart. So they was in the comments saying, yo, she ready to give up that hooping shit and turn into a creator, a different type of creator. I just want to tell that young lady I think she's a beautiful woman. I didn't know she had this very beautiful skin that she has. Beautiful lips, nice eyebrows. I just want to let her know, keep doing your hooping thing. It's gonna pay off, and you ain't got to turn to that unless that's what you want to do. And if you want to do that, we all support you. Just drop the link so we can support. What you think, Matt? You think she'll beat you on a one-on-one?
Oh yeah, for sure. I am not a hooper. One-on-one, she might take it all the way home. I'm not playing for her heart. I'm just gonna let the words speak. You know what I'm saying? Try to put some pimping in her life. But other than that, that's it.
When you say pimping, are you gonna try to run her account with her other content? Is that what type of like pimping that you're referring to?
No, I'm just saying what her knowledge base is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
How can we improve on things? Pimping ain't always about breaking them down and taking their money and stuff. Sometimes it's about just motivating them and elevating them to a whole new level. You know what I'm saying?
To become better, correct?
Oh, to be better people, a better person, better people. Find out they true dreams and stuff. She might be an overachiever. You never know.
Okay, I like where you're going with that, sir. So if you met her, right? Because Mac, I can hear the pimping in your voice. I know a pimp when I hear one.
So no, I'm just a motivator. I'm a motivator. I'm a good manager. I like to manage a lot of things. That's it.
Hey man, it's not a big difference between motivation, managing, and pimping. They all kind of in the same same family. So if you met a young lady and you said you're a pimp, right? Should you want her to graduate from your pimping, or do you try to keep her in your university?
The game is like this, right? She's not gonna graduate from my university. You here to stay, in mine. And let me y'all see that. I don't know who. I guess that was mine going off. My bad, y'all. If y'all was hearing that go off, let me cut that off real quick. Yeah. I don't know who stuff was going on like that, but yeah, I mean, you can't escape the most because the reason why you here in the university in my teachings, so I could have you be, the next best thing, a better version than who you are now, right? And if I just have you just leave and go, take your talents to South Beach or whatever, that'd be crazy. Because then how would I benefit off of your talents? You didn't left the nest, you didn't went off. Now, if a nigga knock me from my bitch, then fuck it. So I guess we're gonna go on the war out here. Hey, I'm gonna take his.
So you going to war about yours if she part of your program. And shout out to the programs. If you know about the programs, you know what's understood and
Oh yeah, for sure. I run a steady program over here. It's decent over here, It's all nice. We can have fun. You don't get beat on and nothing. It's great.
Sound like you run a tight ship.
Nah, it ain't that tight. I go to work, man. See, some of these managers don't got a job.
Okay, no, I feel you on that. I think, y'all know I run a tight ship. I ain't gonna lie. I need to know about everything, and I ain't explaining. Like, we ain't doing all that explaining over here. But I'm gonna tell you why I think it's explaining. And this is our daily segment of life advice. First of all, we finally got a sponsor, Matt. We got a guy, I knew him. He also sent me his life advice. He said, don't embarrass him too much. So we want to shout out to what's this company name? Oh, sorry, Brown Distributing, for sponsoring our life advice, and also shout out to Mr. Brown for the life advice question he sent in as well. And this is why it's important to know what you got on your program, who you got on your program, right? So the question from Mr. Brown, y'all know how I go, 6'5". I got to know how tall you are, right? I think knowing how tall someone is and what they do in life is important when I'm giving these advice, right? He says, Mike, he said, notice my girl was being weird about me. Notice my girl was being weird about me eating her out, right? He said, asked her what was up just in case I was doing something wrong. She started talking about, when you're eating me out, it feels like I'm a slave master. That's what she said. Every time I went down, every time I went down on her, but she liked it. So I was kind of confused. Mike, she says, I know you dealt with white women before. Is this just what they do? He said, this is why I can't mess with white women anymore. He said, side note, I just stopped dealing with her. What's your thoughts on that, Mac?
I don't know. One part confused me. He felt like a slave master.
I can read it again because y'all know I struggle to read, right? So notice my girl was being weird about me eating her out. This is, again, the guy. Asked her what was wrong with what I was doing. She said, started talking about, it feels like I'm a slave master every time I went down on her. And she liked it too much. She also says, you kind of bit too hard. And then she says, Mike, does white women always do this? You mess with white women before, can't mess with white women anymore.
Okay, so she's Caucasian, and what's throwing me off is that she felt like he was the slave master, and he's black.
Yeah, he's black guy. Shout out to the.
So he became the slave master in this instant, and she felt like he was a slave master.
I'm assuming she felt like she was the slave master because she's white, and she got my boy who's 6'5", again, out there eating that box.
So she was giving him directions. Let's get this right. So she was giving him directions on how to eat the box, right?
Yeah, it sounds like she was on her Shannon Sharp.
It sounds like she's doing a lot of demanding. You know what I'm saying? Sound like maybe he wasn't doing it right, and the demands wasn't high. It wasn't met.
That's kind of what I got from that too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why he broke up with her. I'm assuming that was one of the main reasons. Why he stopped. Well, I don't think they were together. Why they ended what they had. But I just want to let them know that, hey man, I know we all got we got a friend that's a lesbian, and she does, maybe I can let him know that, hey, maybe you should connect with her, so you can learn how to eat the box to where it doesn't feel like you're like, you know, a slave and a girl is a slave owner. I don't think
that's a good approach. You know,
like
go ask a friend.
Yeah, just because she was white, I don't think that was the issue. I think he probably wasn't eating that box correctly. And it sounds like he was trying to, you know, tell me how to eat, wanted me to tell him how I eat box. But hey, you know, man, hey, sometimes you gotta, you gotta use your experience and make it do what it.
I mean, is it wrong for him to try to find like direction from the lover of the person?
I
mean, it is her body. Like,
I keep it up because I sent you that email too. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I just think he probably suck at eating coochie.
Probably so. We all not strong at eating coochie.
Okay, I can't speak on that. I ain't never had.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, everybody not strong at eating coochie, man. Hey, like, I mean, he got to learn how to become a real eater, I guess.
Okay, and if anybody got any comments in the chat of how, you know, he can become a real eater, you know, you can always share. We ain't against it.
Yeah, of course. But that's crazy.
Shout out to the real eaters out there, though. But yeah, man. On this life advice, I just want to say, man, if you like white girls, don't give up. You know, I mean, first of all, I love all women, so I mean, I don't know why.
Should we here to?
Yeah, that
nigga try to help him improve the game.
Talking about, I know you dealt with them before. Like, get the fuck out of here, Negro. I should treat your ass. But you gave out a little sponsorship, so I'm gonna let you live. But yeah, man, like if you like white girls, learn how to eat box better. Learn how to eat box better in general. You know what?
You know what? Maybe he should like go get the rose when it's time to do that thing, since he lacks in that position.
Matt, I know what he should do. You know that little thing that was going around that had the penis shape, or you know, you can eat the box and then had the thing that go in the pussy. He needs to get one of those. Go crazy, my boy. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
I have no idea, but it's teachable moment. Once a Ford have a bullet, maybe he just needs to go get the bullet. You know, wow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
You think the bullet will help?
I don't know. At this point, if you're not good at that task, and I don't know if that's a defining factor. I mean, I guess they broken up now, so I guess that was a defining factor. But maybe, you know, on the next person, he could try to improve in different ways, and he's just not good at that.
I mean, say he wanted me to be vulnerable. When I first started having sexual encounters with, you know, women, I mean, as much, you know, practice I thought I was doing by watching porn and, you know, trying to imitate eating a box with a pillow, I struggle at it. So, like, you know, I think he got to find that one girl that's gonna say, hey, brother, right now you're not good at this, right? So let's improve you. Let's teach you how to eat box. Because I had a young lady that, you know, she said, hey, these are the hot spots. This is how far you want to go with the tongue. This is how, you know, hard you want to lick a clit, you know, because I think sometimes these brothers think they can just go down there and it's a full course meal. And it's like, no, gang. And then on top of that, sometimes it can be too much spit. So like he asking me like I'm the fucking the guru of eating box, because I'm not. Somebody taught me the game, and you trying to get me to teach you the game like I'm Ghost. So you need to find a young lady that's going to take your time, take her time with you, and teach you how to eat box. That way you won't have these problems no more. Because a nigga like me, I don't have these problems. I know how to eat box. The one thing I would complain about eating box is eating box past like 10 minutes, my jaw started getting hurt. You know what I mean? You ever experienced that?
No, I cannot. Nah, I can't relate right now.
So you ain't never ate no girl box past 10 minutes and your jaw ain't start hurting?
Nah, sir. Nah, not at all.
Oh, so you're a real eater.
No, I'm not a real eater, sir. Not that. I probably lack in that area too.
Got you. Okay.
I'm the guy. I come in, stab it up, go. You know,
hey man. I mean,
I'm a very selfish type of guy. You come. No, you eat me up. Hey, zit, I'm out of here. Game over.
I got you. If any ladies in the chat want to, you know, throw some advice out there of like, you know, yeah, again, how to exercise your jaw, anything like that, so you can help these, you know, these men eat that box. Because We don't want y'all to be like, damn, you know, all these niggas can't eat box, so now I gotta go deal with a young lady. Unless if that's what you want to, I ain't with it. You know, I like girls who like girls, but we don't want to force y'all to be like, yeah, I gotta go deal with a girl because, you know, niggas like this nigga can't eat box.
Mike, the comments saying you're not a real eater. They saying you're spreading lies and being deceitful, and this is not really you here, sir. So you're gonna have to get your game tape ready or something, because the comments saying you're not telling the truth. You're being deceitful.
I mean, like I said, I can get people that, you know, have experienced the Mike experience and verify that you know that isn't the case. So
is the Mike experience is is that experience a high value player? Is that a 10 out of 10?
Hey man,
or you like Paul George out here?
Nah, I'm at least a 9 out of 10. I ain't gonna lie. I'm shooting 90% from the field.
Okay, great. Sounds good to me.
So I wanna play a game with you, Pauls.
Hold up, Mike. Hey, we moving too fast here. Hold up. This is like our 5th podcast. This might be the end. Hold up.
Oh, I mean, you think we just gonna end now? I at least want to get to at least 7 episodes.
Oh, no. We're gonna make it past that. But I'm just saying how you came off. That was kind of like, you know, aggressive there.
Did I want to play a game with you?
Yeah. Just right after that topic, that's kind of too fast, you know.
Okay, so the game is, and this is gonna sound wild. Pause and then a pause after. I'm gonna say a name, and I want you to say a word of what in your brain calculates that name. So I'll give you an example. I can say a name like Kai Cenat, and whatever word, you can say up to 3 words about that person's name. You know, that's how the game gonna go. I'm a terrible explainer. See, this is why I don't explain myself to women.
You just saying something about the person name that's related to?
Yeah. So let's start with me. Give me a name.
India Love.
You there? India Love.
Yeah, you're
okay. Yeah. India Love. That's a great name. India Love. Resourceful. I'm gonna give you up to 3 words. Resourceful, gorgeous, resilient. I think she's resilient because her career probably didn't start off the greatest of what she thought it was gonna be, and she's still in there trying to make some shape. And she got a lot to shake behind there, and she was on Streamer University. And it looks like she's trying to rock with DDG, so she's gonna always find a way to keep herself relevant.
Yeah, I see. That gotta be a rebrand. Yeah. Okay.
Rebrand. I might rebrand. Jesus, you just helped my brain. I probably could have said that. I got a name for you. Kevin Hart.
Oh, comedian, actor, family man.
I want to challenge the family man. Kevin Hart was also cheating. You remember he got in that accident because he was.
No, he got caught cheating because his homie snitched on him. Was it an accident? He did it on purpose because he tried to extort him.
So you think that's a family man?
I'm gonna tell you like this, Mike, man. And this might not be a good example, but I live a life where I know a lot of family men out here got other families.
Okay. Do you think that's a family man though?
Oh yeah, of course. That's still a family man.
I don't know if we can say he's a family man if he's cheating on his wife.
Why not? Just because you cheated on your wife one time don't mean you're not a family man. He took care of them kids.
Okay, Matt, I'm gonna give you that one. I still have a lot of pushback. If the chat wants to, if you think Kevin Hart is a family man, put a W in the chat.
If the only person gives me right now is Kevin, and Kevin don't know nothing.
Okay, Talking Tiff says family man cheat too. Maybe I'll stand down. If y'all think Kevin's a family man, a W in the chat. If y'all don't think Kevin's a family man, a L in the chat.
Yeah, Kevin Frenchie, are you a family man? Don't worry about it. Let's continue.
No, you know Kevin Frenchie like the milk. Wake it up. But
yeah, but
it's your word.
Oh, my word next. Okay, I got him. I got a good one for you. Cooking with Kaya.
Innovator.
Okay.
Lover girl.
I ain't never heard that one. Love a girl. Okay.
Um, Unfaithful. This is why I think she's an innovator. First of all,
Unfaithful.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. This is why she's an innovator. First of all, she took these women who didn't want to cook. She found the lane because if you looked at Cooking with Kaya, first of all her groceries are link based. She be going to Save a Lot and shit like that. She took a lane to where no women was out here cooking and said, you know what, I'm gonna cook for these niggas, and I'm gonna cater towards men. And a lot of women was hating on that. Instead of getting their ass in the kitchen, they was online complaining, talking about, oh, she shaking ass, she doing this and that. Instead of realizing, like, yo, let me go ahead, get in there, and teach my man, make meals for my men. So from that standpoint, she's an innovator. What was the second word I said?
Say it again.
It was probably cap. The third word I said, unfaithful. So I didn't like what she was. Unfaithful. Yeah, I don't like what she was doing on Streamer University. Her boyfriend, at the time was a little bit skeptical of her going on there. She on there letting niggas grab her ass, double cuff though. Like, it ain't just like the little pat, like double cuff and hold it for like 15 seconds. Right. That's how I know she's a little bit unfaithful. And also I think she was dealing with an insecure man. I think we don't talk about that enough. How us as men, we want a baddie, but then we don't want what comes with a baddie. And I'm talking about myself.
The baddies come with problems.
Yeah, I ain't dealing with no baddie who going around getting her cheeks double cuffed up or whatnot. But she the money maker. And on top of that, I think dude tweet because she can cook. A lot of women out here can't cook. And
so he left her?
Yeah, he was basically in his feelings on Instagram and Twitter. And then, I think she might have got with DDG too. I ain't gonna lie, DDG on the rise this week. My boy been taking shit down. Sorry, I went on a rampage there. I was passionate. I think it's my word. Yeah. Your word.
Yes, your word. It's your word. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. What's that?
You got any pushback?
Oh, now I'm gonna put it back on Cooking with Kaya. I think everything you said was right until we got to the end. But hey, it's like, hey, I mean, if you got a baddie, you should already have it premeditated in your mind. When she hit the club, there's some things that's probably gonna happen that you thought of already.
I got a question for you, Matt. Before we leave this, I need to know what type of man you are, and then I'm gonna tell you what type of man I am.
Okay.
So, are you the type of man? If your girl goes out, do you give her money for drinks for her? You have three options: for her, only for her and her friends, or you don't give money for drinks at all.
No, if you're going out on your own volition with your friends, that's your problems. Sound like I'm not giving you no money. Talk about backwards pimping is this? Like, no, you out there on your own. Go on get it.
Okay.
Why would I supply the money for drinks? Why?
So think about it, Matt. You got a baddie. Your girl cold. She cold.
Right.
Like Cooking with Kaya type, right? So you don't think that another man like a slime ball like myself will be up there like, oh shit, okay, I see Cooking with Kaya and her friends. Let me send a bottle over there.
And this is the thing about it, right? If you got a baddie, you gonna know she gonna get free drinks, free entry. She might, if he sent the bottle on his own volition. I think the real question is, do you think is she gonna take the bait and go for the bait?
Matt, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. If this was chess, I think that's a chess. I don't know if it's a mate, but that's a good play. That's well played. What I would say is, you do trust your woman. She's a beautiful girl, but she rock with you and you only. And she's gonna accept the drinks, but are you okay with your woman accepting the drinks?
Oh yeah, of course. It's in the club, man. Hey, this I think. This is my thing about it right here, right? I don't know if we're still in the era of it being creepy, but I'm like, hey, you should have your own volition of like you shouldn't be accepting drinks from people you don't know and strangers because then when you got your body, you're gonna get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? So I think you need to be self-aware on like, hey, I only be taking these drinks from these people or these sitting back. This is my whole format in my brain, right? If I got a baddie, they go hit the club, they should be people they know and they feel safe around and everything be fine. But I got a baddie and she going to the club and she doing irresponsible things, that's not your baddie. She belongs to the streets. Give her back.
You seem passionate about that, Matt. I gotta say, you do seem passionate about that, especially the streets part. I'm not even gonna have any pushback because on what I would say how I will handle it. I have been like I try to stay away from the Instagram baddies at this point in time in my life, but I do love they all over. I do love a beautiful woman, and I run a tight ship with my program. So
right.
I'm not saying they got to send a bottle back, but what I'm gonna do, and hopefully I'm not dealing with a girl who want to go out every weekend because then she's just gonna drain the bank account, right? But if she going out, every once in a while with her friends, homegirls, you know what I'm gonna do? Here, let's take my card, right? You and your friend get drinks or whatnot. I'm good with that. Take my card. I don't want the chances. I don't want to even deal with, yeah, nigga sent us a bottle over here. Let's drink on this nigga. Because I want her to know that, you know what? I know you don't go out that much. I'm going to go ahead and give you my card and all that. Have a good time. Hopefully you don't burn the card up, run the bill up. But with that card, the expectation is, yeah, if somebody send you a bottle, go ahead and take that back. We appreciate you, big dog, but here, you got to take that back. We don't need that over here. We good. We got our own bread. I got my nigga card. You know what I mean? Just put it on file and go crazy. But that's what comes with my program. And if again, I know some people gonna be like, well, Mike, how do you know she'll tell you the truth that if somebody sent her a bottle? The hope is to date someone that's honest, trustworthy, and someone that really rock with you. And she'll be like, yeah, a nigga tried to send me a bottle, but I said, hey, I got my boyfriend card. We good. Appreciate you, big dog. Unless the birthday girl, she would want to take the bottle, then I guess that's a little bit different. I like a wrong answer either, by the way. I think it's just depending on how you look at it.
No, it's not a wrong answer. I just feel like you got a woman that's how I can put it. Like, so you stay with like she a square. She don't really be outside like that. Don't seem like too much. So you just giving her that security. I like the safety net that you putting around her. You know what I'm saying? But if we going back to that other situation where the shorty was with her baddie, not her baddie, with her homegirls, and a bottle just came, you can't send the bottle back. You at a party, like the bottle just there now. We're gonna drink this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm again, especially like if her friend just want to take the bottle, completely understand that. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, you can't drink that because no. Then your friend want to take the bottle, that's cool. But I don't want my girl accepting the bottle. Like, yeah, let somebody else take care of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just my preference on that. The girl who I was gonna tell y'all about when I was lying on my meat, she's currently at work, so that won't work tonight. Was it your word or my word?
I think it's my word. But
let's read some of these comments. Look at me, can't read today. Slow ass.
We're going backwards now. Look.
Hold on. So they saying Pixie said, act like you've been there before. Exactly. Talking tough. What's she gonna do? Send a bottle back?
But Eric? Pixie was saying that pertaining to like you having a baddie, right? Act like you've been there before. That's so open.
Yeah, because a baddie is subjective too. Like I hate when they say act like you've been there before. Like, okay, what if I've been the same way with all the baddies I dated? So like,
what if I was the breadwinner and the baddie I got was never the breadwinner? Who need to act like they've been there before?
Exactly.
You know what? We need to normalize taking these chicks to goddamn polo events.
Okay, tell me more.
I'm just saying, if you take them to this, they got this new thing in Houston going on. I don't know what it is because I haven't really went, but they've been going to like these polo events. So you know what polo is, right? They ride the horses and hit the thing and everything, and they've been
Yeah.
like real nice, snazzy events, right? Everybody been dressed up and nice, and they out there in the field in the country and stuff. You know, just having a good old time. So you need to take a baddie to an event like that and see if she's a true baddie. Can she do it both ways? You know, ghetto and respectful. You know,
Okay.
you gotta see if you put her in any environment and she changed like a chameleon. You know what I'm saying?
Now I can hear the pimping in your voice. I hear what you're saying, big dog. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I'm gonna take any girls to a polo event because that sounds like, from what it sounds like it's gonna be a bunch of other competition out there. And you know,
it's gonna be a boring time.
Okay.
It's gonna be boring. They're not going to a wine tasting. Take Shorty to the wine tasting. How about that?
I love wine tastings. I'm also, not only am I a cake connoisseur, I'm a wine connoisseur as well. Love wine. Shout out to Riesling. Really good wine of choice if you want to get a woman, you know, not too tipsy, but to where they're comfortable. So I'm really big on wine. Pink Alien Universe. I can't read it all. Said Sam
Pink Alien University.
Yep. Is that where the polo events be taking place?
I'm not sure, but she sounds like she's on to something. I'm gonna do some more market research, and hey, me and Pink Alien gonna be out there. We're gonna be at the polo event. We're gonna see what they do, you know.
Okay. I might need to
and
go
maybe you
out
should
there
come,
too.
Mike, and just check it out.
Well, I do
See
got
kind of prospects, some prospects you can see out there, you know.
Love prospects. Love looking around. So, Mac, you got anything else?
I really want to know your what was your preference in wine? You said Riesling, and I just want to know, was you a red wine kind of guy, Moscato kind of guy? Did you eat it like with certain type of steaks? I just want to know how you preparing your wine for your dates, for your outings.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you know a secret, and I don't really tell everybody this. So
Hey, we in front of 344 people right now, so I don't know if you want to let me out the bag.
No. So I dated. Y'all know that I dated a woman who was pregnant at a point in time, right? Shout out to her. Great woman. Still rock with her to this day. So she owned a catering business, and like I said, I'm not just a wine connoisseur. I got a friend, and his family owns like a vineyard, and basically I would go a bunch of wine tastings, and I would like help them like distribute wine. So
Okay.
when me and her was like rocking with each other, she would run catering events, and I would tell her what wine to go with like certain type of food. So it's funny you asked that. Some of my favorite things to eat wine with, especially like you talking about white wine, a Riesling or a Moscato, maybe that's sweet. I would say some garlic butter, seafood pasta goes well with it. If you're thinking maybe like a dry red wine, that goes well with steak. You can even eat some barbecue with it. Yeah, but with white wine, I would definitely say Alfredo goes well with it. Salads. I wouldn't recommend you eating some fried chicken with white wine. That just screams you like ghetto, but ain't no wrong with the ghettos.
Oh, so you're very educated in this category. Okay, so you're a high value player here, you know.
I mean, I be on what's that site called, Pinterest, looking up like recipes, because when I do cook, so y'all know I'm not a cooker, right? So when I do like want to be on some real romantic shit, what I'll do, I'll go get some takeout, and basically like some pasta or whatever, get a nice little wine, set it up like I cooked it. Whole time I ain't cooked shit, and then set it up and get some flowers or whatnot, and it's a nice little date night, type shit. But I ain't cooking.
But hold up. What number date is this? We said earlier we're not taking people on date number 1. So what number date is this when you getting snazzy for?
That's a crazy comment, Doug. But I would say probably like 4th, 5th date. I think for me, 4th, 5th date is when I like really want to approach someone and see if like, this is something we can, actually like work out and shit. Yeah, Ed. I know I'm not the greatest cook of all time, but I did cook some nice shit like last week. And a high
Hey, it's
value
all
player
about.
definitely can say box. That's not wild. What you say, Matt?
No, I'm saying that's. I mean, it's good that you have those skills that you actually, you could put that together. You know what I'm saying? I need to work on my dating because it seems like you get to the 5th date, you trying to see that's a if she's appropriate, if she's ready to be in the field and rock with you.
Yeah, I mean, because we both out here, single, wild, and doing our best one. I mean, I think the best first second date that you can do. First of all, if a nigga's taking you to the movies on the first or second date, like he generally hates you. Like
Oh my god.
yeah, like bro, he hates you so much to where he don't want to hear you talk. Like if a nigga's taking you on the movies to the first date. I was telling Wave that the other day. But I would say a good first, second date is first, second date. I think art museums, if you into that, the aquarium.
Okay, we got an art museum out here. We got an aquarium out here. Okay.
Anything that's interactive. I didn't took a girl to you ever play VR? I took a girl on a VR date and we played like that type of game. Escape room, stuff like that. But like, yeah, if a nigga just taking you out to eat, like he just went the fuck up so he can watch you eat and see you eat like a fucking pig, and then try to fucking take you home. And then niggas be trying to fuck after they eat and shit. Like, come on, bro, I ain't with that shit. Like, especially on the first night. If I'm taking you out on a dinner date, like hell no, I ain't gonna feel like fucking afterwards like that. I gotta, I'm one of those, like, if I know I'm getting some box, I'm trying to eat light. You know what I mean? Maybe some salmon, some hibachi type shit. Maybe that's just me though.
No, I feel you. So that sounds good. Sounds real good.
What was your worst date?
My worst date?
Of all time.
I'm trying to remember. Of all time? It had to be like when I was younger or something. Like probably some stupid shit. But I don't think I had a bad date. I think most of my dates be calculated. I think maybe like a mid date I had was like going to the park and like getting ice cream and shit and just like walking around and talking and shit. That might have been like a mid one. Okay. And I think another mid one was probably like going to the club and like that ain't good. So not the club.
One of your first dates was going to a club?
Nah, I don't want to call it a first date. Maybe it was like just meeting up.
What in the Fifth Ward is that?
Huh?
That you sound like you going to a club. You dealt with a girl from the Fifth Ward. I've been getting to know Houston a little bit.
Yeah, I was like Fifth Ward. I'm from the South Side. I did not be over there in Fifth Ward, but nah, it's like I'm trying to explain it. I think it's more like meeting up with a person. Not even like it wasn't even a date. It was just like, hey, this is a person I was so-called trying to like pursue, and we just in the club together now. So hey, what up?
That ain't that bad compared to me, Mac. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't that bad. So the worst one I ever had was this was a while ago. This was like maybe fresh out of college. So I moved kind of back towards the crib. And it was this girl who I always thought was a baddie in high school. I took her out, took her on a nice little date downtown. And she had a baby daddy. She was a baddie though. I just want to say, because like she was a baddie. And her baby daddy had her location and he followed us to the date. And they were still living together, apparently. She didn't tell me this. I didn't know this. I also didn't care because I like, this was a girl I always wanted to hit. So she the dude come follow us to the date. He like, yeah, Jasmine, this what you want? Why you going out with other niggas and we still live together and shit? Then the nigga telling me, he's like, yeah, I don't know why you out with her, nigga. I fucked her 3 weeks ago and shit, like yelling at me and shit. I'm like, damn, that's crazy, gang. So I'm looking at her like, yo, I like, you was talking to me 3 weeks ago, like, type shit. She ended up leaving, but like we still finished the dinner because they didn't even bring the food out yet. But he got her she basically threatened to call the police on him and all that. And then the restaurant manager came over there and started talking and he left. But it was kind of awkward afterwards. So like we just ate our dinner. I took her back home because I picked her up. And I didn't know if dude was there or not, but I didn't even want her to come to my crib. And I never got to hit. And she got like 3 kids now. I think it's about the same nigga. So that was the worst date of all time for me.
Yeah, baby daddy's popping up. Yeah, that's kind of wild. I wouldn't deal with that at all.
Yeah. But yeah, it was awkward eating the food. The food was good though, because I live in Chicago, greatest food in the world. So, yeah, man, shout out to Jasmine. I was actually strolling on Facebook yesterday, and I seen that her kid just graduated kindergarten. I was like, damn, it's crazy.
Life go by fast, don't it? You're like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, and then it's funny because like 2 summers ago, she tried to spin a block. I was like, yo, how you been? Like, stop it. We went on this crazy first date. Don't ask me, yo, how I been. How you and your baby daddy doing, nigga?
Hey, she probably trying to like redeem herself, like make it up. You know what I'm saying?
It's
He
like
probably
she
done
kept.
ran.
I feel like she was trying to like give me that sympathy box. Like, yeah, I know we had a terrible first date, but if you want to fuck, you can come fuck. But I'm like, bro, like, no, like, first of all, and I think her baby daddy was kind of a little bit off the rails.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Again, if y'all rocking with the content, if y'all not rocking the content, say yo, hey, tell us what we can improve in. Like, share, subscribe, please. That's all we ask for. And next week, I'll definitely show my face. I don't look like Carl Winslow this week. I do want to let y'all know that. Let's get these
Yeah, for
jokes.
sure. And for sure,
Yeah.
follow the YouTube. We streaming from the YouTube now, so this will be up on the YouTube today. So
Yes.
follow the YouTube page. We need that.
Yep. So yeah, appreciate y'all, man.